Welcome back to the channel and to another video. It's been a while. Definitely. Had a little bit of a break, needed to clear my head, needed to get back to focusing on photography, because that's where my heart is really at. That's what my heart is kind of set on. YouTube is kind of dying, sort of fizzling out. I have no idea why. There's almost zero feedback, so I've no idea, but I'm going to be proactive, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to get into a little bit why my attention has switched to a more tangible audience, you could say. There's a very good reason why I'm switching my focus, switching my attention, and I will get into that. Basically, this morning we are at the top of Box Hill, which is in the Surrey Hills. It's absolutely amazing. It's going to be a challenging day. I tried to get the drone up, but I don't know why. I think it's the light is really quite harsh, but it's a stunning morning. It's really beautiful. Just need to wait for the sun to kind of get sort of high up enough in the sky to give some nice light. But it's amazing. What an amazing place to start the day. So yeah, there's a couple of spots I'm going to sort of revisit because I have been here before. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's see what we find. So, the old YouTube, it's all gone a bit flat, I'm afraid to say. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. I'm not going to kind of, dwell is the word I'd use. I'm going to switch my focus, my attention to something a bit more positive. Basically, about a week ago, I was in Margate, mostly to catch up with Mum, mostly to get out of London, bit of vitamin C. And that was mostly the reason why we were there. The other reason why I was there was to hang my work up in the Westgate gallery. So there's two galleries that I've been a part of in Kent for quite a while now, selling prints on a sale or return basis, which basically means if you sell it, you sell it. If you don't, you don't. It just sits there. But you don't kind of commit much. It's only when something sells, gallery takes commission. So that's what I've had for the last 2 years, 3 years. Now things have kind of changed a bit. I've upped my game. The Westgate Gallery, Westgate and Margate, there's about 2 mile distance between the two. So yeah, just to kind of put it on the map. But the Westgate Gallery, I now have wall space. I have 1.5 meters of wall space, which is amazing. To have framed work hung up on the wall, it's incredible. So this particular photo was framed A3 in an A2 frame. So the print was A3. The frame was A2, probably the biggest I'd go with any photo, personally, at this sort of stage I'm at. Anyway, so I'm installing my work, that's up on the wall for maybe 10 minutes, someone buys it. He's asking me questions, he's saying, oh, where was that taken? Oh, where was that taken? Oh, where was that taken? Oh, how'd you do that? Oh, how'd you do that? And then he bought the one that he liked the most, no hesitation, incredible feeling, I'm incredibly proud. I know it's not going to happen all the time, but it got me thinking that being in a gallery, surrounded by artists, people coming in, because they're run really well. These galleries are run superbly well. They get customers in, they keep customers. Being in an environment like that, where there's a physical, tangible audience, people that you can talk to, learn from, network with, versus YouTube, where I'm pitching to an invisible audience, almost invisible, unreachable, basically not there most of the time. There are a few exceptions. There are some people that have been incredibly good for the channel and they're really nice people. I do want to mention these people because they are amazing. I do appreciate what they've given me, but in terms of my photography, where I want to take it, I don't think it's going to be on YouTube. I don't think I'm going to get the best out of it on YouTube. If you were thinking of starting a YouTube channel, you're a photographer, you're a landscape photographer, you're any kind of photographer, and you thought of starting a YouTube channel, I'd say don't. Just don't fucking do it. Simple as that. YouTube has pretty much almost killed any motivation I had for my photography. I somehow managed to get it back. I would say with this photograph, there's a couple of things that happened, but I'd say this photograph got me my mojo back. But if you were thinking of starting a YouTube channel for your photography, any kind of photography, don't fucking do it. There's already enough photographers on YouTube. I'm sorry, but there are. Now, what you could do instead, just bear with me, hear me out. What you could do is try and reach a physical, tangible audience. So you could approach businesses, you could approach, I don't know, like what I'm doing, approach galleries, you could do markets. There's so many things you can do. There are so many things you can do rather than pitch to an empty room, almost, on YouTube. It's either non-existent, the engagement, or it's quite petty at times, it's quite negative, it's quite spiteful, and I want to have less of that in my life. Basically, I want to have less of that, which is why I'm switching my attention, like I've said. So I'm now going to be focusing on the galleries because they've been incredibly good for me. You know, to date I haven't actually had to volunteer too much time. When I'm down visiting mum, I drop in, I bring them some photos, bring them some prints. If it sells, it sells. They take their piece, I take my piece. That's it. So it's been incredibly good to me, is what I'm trying to say. And I want to give that a lot more, because there's a chance for me to kind of really develop there. So yeah, I want a bit more of that in my life over YouTube, which is just sort of a bit flat, you could say. I'm not ruling it out. I'm not saying I will never upload anything ever again, because it's very enjoyable. The editing, the creating, the uploading, it is enjoyable as a process. But yeah, for now, for the foreseeable future, I'm done. I'm basically done. So I do want to thank, like I say, these people. They've been amazing. Do go and watch their channels because they are in their own individual way very, very good at what they do. And I have nothing but admiration for them for kind of continuing, for sticking at it. But for me, I don't see my future on YouTube. I've got to be realistic. I've got to look at where I think my future is, and it isn't on YouTube. It's as simple as that. I see myself in the gallery, promoting my work, promoting other people's work. I actually really enjoy that as well, which is weird, maybe, but I really enjoy that as well. That's where I see my future. So that's the reason for ditching YouTube, probably forever. So yeah, like I said, thanks for those who have watched and followed and liked and all that good stuff. But I need to take a break. I need to kind of switch my attention and realign my interests, you could say, and get back to developing my photography. So thanks, and I'll see you around. Cheers.